Hello, welcome to the channel and thanks for watching, and this video is going to be a quick build update on the Great Unclean Titan. It's not going to be sort of how I've done it, it's more what I've done and where we're at. Full video to come later about how I've done things. I'm going to unbox a box set that I think is the most useful set for any Warhammer player. And just at the moment I'm going to show you a couple of little castings I've done. If you've watched the channel for a while, you know that I've done castings of all sorts of things over the years, really of model pieces that I find amazing, and I know that I want to use them in a future build, and this is one of them. The original part of this piece was used in a Dreadnought kitbash to represent a certain part of the anatomy of that kind of possessed Dreadnought. So it's making a comeback. It is going to be used on this Great Unclean Titan to represent that part of the anatomy again. If you've not seen that video, wait till next week and you'll see what I mean on the Great Unclean Titan. So this made me think about really what's the most useful stuff kind of in Warhammer. Now this build is made up of bits of hobby equipment, so expanding foam and various other things. I have bought a couple of pieces of, full kits for it, but for the most part it's done with spares. Now you don't always have enough spares in a set, or you have to use the piece in the set, so that's where this casting kind of piece comes into play. One of the things I used to do a lot of years ago relates to the box set I'm going to show you about, and this is the Skulls box set. I really believe this is one of the most useful sets that Games Workshop have ever done. You can see here, this is the end of one of my boxes. I think I've shown these boxes on the channel before, and this was the last time I showed it, I think on the channel a few months ago. This was a full set and I was just getting rid of my empty one. So I do rattle through quite a lot of skulls. Kind of talking about the casting and the spare parts piece, at one point many a year ago, for those crusty old wargamers amongst you, you'll know that you would have to save skeletons from the skeleton sprues to use in things like this. So a bit of detail on the Great Unclean one there, pushing the skulls into the skin so it looks like it's all possessed, etc. Once upon a time, you used to have to gather skulls as spares, so you'd go buy yourself a skeleton army. I think that's the main reason I did an undead army back in the day, was basically you did your undead army, had hundreds of skeletons, and it would generate you enough skulls to use in your sort of kit. So this was really a groundbreaking box set when it came out. It says there are 340 skulls of all sorts of different sizes. Now that isn't something you can do with a lot of things, so a lot of the spare parts you'll see in these models, is made up of, I've bought multiple kits to generate enough spare parts. It is something I've heard that Games Workshop's moving away from, giving you spares in box sets, and that'd be a massive shame because spares are vital. But this is why I think this set is brilliant. So that first one there, loads of Orc skulls, you'll have seen me using those in the channel, some Kroot skulls, Gene Stealer skulls. Here's some of the larger ones, and again, great for putting on bases, really sort of giving a bit of vibrancy to the sets. For the most part though, it's the human skulls that I think most wargamers kind of like and use, and that was always what, when you did an undead army, you were trying to save human skulls, human bones, those kind of things from the skeleton set to decorate your either Grimdark if you're into 40k or your normal bases. This is the best sprue, just hundreds and hundreds of human skulls. So yeah, this is the most useful box set. Thought I'd show again because I've had to buy another one to finish this build, and also I'm always using them. And just to show you here, this is just some of the basing I've done for my demon army, but I have used them on other things before, and they are great for putting onto scenery and all those kind of things. And here's this is a recent paint, but a very old model, of a Deathwing kind of captain. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a build update and just show you through what I think is the most useful box set. So if you've never bought yourself a Skulls box set, go ahead and do it. Not sponsored. Just thought I'd show where we're at. And now for the build update. So the Great Unclean Titan, done last week, showed you the basic structure. So what I'm now doing is putting like a milliput skin over the top of that basic structure. You'll see some cocktail sticks and things in there to give it some strength. So it's got the weaponry from a Warhound Titan is on there. You'll see the things inbuilt and things into the skin, using loads of spare parts from previous kits, a couple of elements of casting, and I really am trying to make it look like a Great Unclean one has possessed a Warhound Titan, taken it over and really started to deform it and morph it. But you can see that the gaping sort of stomach is going to have teeth and things in it, I think, and then those little mouths that are held in by cocktail sticks currently around the belly are kind of to represent a little bit what I think is on some of the Gellerpox infected model, where they've got all the mouths and gnashing maws around there. So it's definitely on its way, hoping to get it done next weekend. I've got 2 weeks to get it done because at the end of this month I'm at Warhammer World for a couple of day tournament, so this is proving a fast build. I'm really enjoying it so far, and it is going well. So if you want to see more updates on this, follow me on Instagram, obviously check out here. Hopefully next week you'll see the build, and you can see the size of it. I've had to raise up my painting arch that I normally put my camera in to film. I've had to raise it up significantly on a couple of books to try and get this rather large model under it. So that is just a quick update, quick natter through. So it's not too much of a fancy video, but I hope it makes some sense, just extolling the virtues of the Skull box set. So hope you like that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another video.